Now, good morning, children. So, today we are going to do Principles of Management, chapter number 6. In our last class, we have completed management, meaning of management in different sense, the importance of management, the objectives of management, management as an art, management as a science, management as a profession. Now, today we are going to do principles of management. So, principles of management. What is this principle? Principle is the dictionary meaning of principle. Principle, here it is the rules that to be followed. The meaning of principle is the rules to be followed strictly. So here, principles of management is also a fundamental truth that explains the relationship between two or more variables under the given circumstances. So this is the principles of management. Principle of management is a fundamental truth that explains the relationship of two or more variables under the given circumstances, under the given situations. So this is a fundamental truth. This principles, the principle of management shows the cause and effect relationship. Cause and what you do, what is the result. So in the management, manager take decisions for doing some work, for achieving his target. So when he take one decision, when you do one decision, when you take one decision, what is the effect? What is the effect? And what is the relationship between that causes and effect? What he did and what happened. So this management principles shows the relationship between these two variables. What manager does, what causes, and what is the effect, what is results. So causes and effect of these two variables, the relation of these two, what is the outcome of these two. So this is the principles of management. In Hindi, the word principle states siddhant. So this principle is very useful in the management. Without principles, no management can run successfully, no management can run smoothly. This principles is used everywhere. It is a dynamic. In our home also, if we do not have any principles, guidelines, what is to be done, so the home cannot run smoothly. In school also, we need a principles. In college, in university, all the educational institution, without any principles, the educational institution cannot run successfully. There must be rules and regulation, a systematic rules and regulation must be followed. If you go to army also, it has its own principles. If you go to police also, there's its own principles. If you go to the entertainment world, they have their own systematic way. They have their own principles. If you go to the sports also, they have their principles is there also. Principles exist everywhere. Principles of management exist everywhere. Without principles, no one can become successful. So in the management, now we are talking about the management, the principles of management. In the management, when a manager sits in management, manager has to take a lot of decision. So he has to work. So he has to follow that principles. So there are some principles of management. That principles are the fundamental truth that explains the relationship between the two variables. What are the causes and what are the effects? This management principle provides the guidelines to all the managers in the management to take a quality managerial decision. The outcome of this decision, the outcome of the manager's decision depends upon the principles he followed while taking the managerial decision. So, if these principles of management is the guidelines. Principles of management is the guidelines. It's a fundamental truth. It is a yardstick. It is a yardstick for the managers also. The manager has to follow these principles of management. So for taking the very quality decisions. So this is the management principles. It is a siddhant. In Hindi we call it siddhant. This has to be followed rigidly by the managers to take quality decision. What are these principles? Whatever principle has been made in the management, whatever principles of management are there, these management principles, whoever has made these principles, whoever has made these rules and regulations, whoever has made this fundamental truth, it's not the outcome of 1 or 2 days. The experts, the philosophers, they have taken a lot of time to come to this point, to make it principles of management. The experts, the philosophers, the thinkers, they have observed. There is an observation. There was an observation. They have observed the business environment for many years and to make it an actual practice. So they have observed for so many years what are the causes and what are the effect, and what has been gained by taking that causes. So that has been, when it comes to the gain, that the expert has made it as a future, as a guide for taking the managerial decision. So observation method has been followed for many years to make the principle of management. Experiment also has been done. Not only the observation, experiment has been done. The experiment method has been done in the field of management to undertake the any situation, so that that will become the principle of management. So the experiment is not, experiment does not mean that is a science experiment, a physics experiment is done in the laboratory. Not like that. The expert has experimented that event, the situation. He or she has experimented that event or any situation for many times. Whatever is the outcome, whatever is the result, the best he has taken out of his experiment, and that has become the principles of management. So principle of management originates not only by the within the few days. It has been originated by the observation method, by our expert, by our thinkers for so many years, and they have done the experiment also on that events, and to make it the principles of management. So this is the principles of management. And after that, the principle of management, we have a nature, we have characteristics of principles of management.